evening. Excuse me. Thank you. Good evening, President Board members, Mr. Gonzalez and district staff and audience that's here joining us today. Time is 6:08 p.m. on this, the 25th day of January 2023, and I call this regular meeting of the United Independent School District Board of Trustees to order. May I have the trustees that are present please recite their full name for the record.
Ricardo Rick Rodriguez, present.
Michelle Molina, present.
Elisa Flores Oliveros, present.
Frank Castillo, present.
And myself, Ramiro Vélez III, present. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. All right, so before we move to agenda item 3, I want to say a few words for our late board member, Mr. Ricardo Molina, that we lost several weeks ago. So he was one of our longest serving board members, and I think he had, most of our staff knew him. I had been a colleague of him for the last 10 years, so real sudden loss for us, for a lot of his family. I just want to say that we miss him. I think he set a great example for us board members that are here. He had tremendous leadership, and he obviously led the district over the last 20 plus years, and he definitely set a great example for myself. And I just want to offer my condolences here publicly to his family and his loved ones. I don't know if any other board members want to say a few words.
I would. Thank you, Mr. Vélez. I echo exactly the same sentiments. I'm glad you're bringing it up at this moment. My sincere condolences to the family of Mr. Molina. In my opinion, he showed a lot of information, shared a lot of information with me, a lot of history, a lot of background that I don't think I'm going to have at this moment. But just remembering him as a good man, as a person that cared very much for our school children, for our staff, for our teachers, for our counselors, for our administration. I knew him that well, where we would share our thoughts. We knew that it wasn't always agreeable, that we had different ideas, but I really feel that I'm going to miss him because he was a very good person to guide yourself with. After all, serving this long, 26 years, I want to say that he really influenced me, and I think I'm going to carry some of his legacy. And those are my words to the family who are present, and again, Mr. Molina, I'm going to miss him. Thank you.
I'd like to say a few words. Yes. Also, I'd like to offer my condolences to the family, Michelle, and to you and your family. I was already missing him in the back room. I was waiting for him to come in. One of the things that I remember about Miss Molina is nothing related to being a school board member, but we'd have hour-long conversations when he would call me. And I would tell him that he was the best one-liner person that I ever knew. He always had something to say, and he always said it in one little sentence, and it was so powerful. And he was witty. He was very witty. It's not something that I could have learned from him, because I think it was just a gift that he had. And that's what I will carry from Mr. Molina. You know, as a board member, he was definitely an example and someone that we need to emulate as far as his commitment and love for United Independent School District. So again, my condolences to the family, and he's very missed.
Thank you.
Well, all I can say is he's going to be greatly missed. I'm pretty sure he's still here with us as we speak. But I think he deserves a bigger round of applause, if we all don't mind. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you to everyone. Mr. Molina was very passionate about his family with United. And, he lived and breathed United every day, every day. From the minute he would make his first phone call was to probably one of the board members here, to a director, or to the superintendent or the attorneys. He always had something on his mind. There was always something that he wanted to improve for the teachers, for the students, and overall for the district. I see now, with a pour of love and support, that this was his family, this was his home. So thank you. I appreciate everyone.
Thank you. All right, so with that, we're going to move to agenda item 3. I'm going to have if everybody can please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas flag, and a moment of silence for Mr. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. Agenda item 4, recognitions.
Mr. Vélez, at this time, I'm going to ask everybody in the audience to pay your attention to our board members who are here present. I know Mr. Montemayor is in court right now. He may make it a few minutes late. But January is Board Member Appreciation Month. So the first item on the agenda would be, we do have a representative from Henry Cuellar's office, Congressman Cuellar, Mrs. Melissa Peña, for a short presentation. Ms. Peña. Can you all,
Yes.
you all stand in front?
Yeah. You want to step front?
Yeah.
So, good evening, members of the audience. Melissa Peña, on behalf of U.S. Congressman Henry Cuellar's office, would like to present our Board of Trustees with a congressional certificate from the U.S. Congress in recognition of Board Appreciation Month. Can we give them a round of applause, please?
Celebration of Board Appreciation Month for Board Trustees. Please accept this small token, our most heartfelt appreciation for the sincere commitment and the unconditional support you continue to provide for all students, teachers, administration, and staff at United Independent School District. We greatly appreciate the immeasurable time and dedication you continuously invest in student academics and the relentless advocacy for the well-being and safety of our students, faculty, and staff. The guidance and support you have provided us through the years does not go unnoticed. Today we recognize you all on behalf of the 41,000 students at UISD, our teachers, administrators, staff members, and parents. Thank you for the exemplary leadership and extraordinary service in helping our students succeed. Thank you.
We're going to do Alexander and then...
Good evening, parents, teachers, students, board members, Mr. Gonzalez, and community members. It is with great pride that we would like to acknowledge United ISD scholars that have contributed to their campus scores tonight. These students have excelled in their studies while enrolled in our high schools, and they truly exemplify scholarship and academic excellence. These students have taken the College Board's advanced placement exams, rigorous college-level, content-specific assessments, which various colleges and universities consider in awarding college credit or advanced placement. An advanced placement student may earn one of the following 4 distinctions: the designation of AP Scholar by having received grades of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams, the distinction of AP Scholar with honor by earning an average grade of at least 3.25 on all AP exams taken and grades of 3 or higher on 4 or more of these exams, and the designation of AP Scholar with distinction by earning an average grade of 3.5 on all AP exams taken and grades of 3 or higher on 5 or more of these exams. The 4th distinction was not is not going to be honored this year anymore because of the College Board removing that distinction of AP National Scholar. So let me introduce to you the students from Alexander High School. Samuel del Bosque, AP Scholar with distinction. Franco Garza. Clarisa Gonzalez. Andrea Gutierrez. Camila Holguín. Augusta Martinez. Krisha Rupani. Ana Paola Treviño. Rafael Treviño. Samuel Yang. Ciara Aguilera. And Diego Rubio. Congratulations to the 29 AP scholars from Alexander High School. Principal Ernesto Sandoval and his administrative staff. Thank you again. Good evening, Board President Vélez, board members, Superintendent Gonzalez, and members of the audience. For the record, my name is Jerry Rodriguez, the Director of Fine Arts for the United Independent School District. It gives me great pleasure to present 11 of our very talented high school band and choir members who achieved the title of Texas Music Educators Association All-State Musician. The All-State audition process begins throughout the state of Texas in each of the TMEA regions. Initially, over 70,000 individual musicians perform selected music for a panel of judges who rank each instrument or voice part. From this ranking, a select group of musicians advances from their region to TMEA area competitions. And from there, 1,875 students are selected to perform in 18 all-state ensembles. These all-state students will participate in 3 days of rehearsals during the annual state TMEA Clinic Convention in San Antonio on February the 8th through the 11th, and the performances before thousands of attendees bring this extraordinary event to a close. The all-state students are as follows, and we do not have her present today, but we do have a student from United South High School on Tenor 1 Choir, Isabella Santiago, and her director is Debbie Hernandez. Congratulations to her. From Lyndon B. Johnson High School on French horn, 2-year all-state student Juan Jose Gonzalez, and his director Jose Valenzuela, and assistant director David Ortiz. From John B. Alexander High School, on flute, we have 2-year all-stater Leonardo Martinez. Also from Alexander High School, also on flute, freshman Alina Zhao. Congratulations. And also from JB Alexander High School on tuba, Lorenzo Luna. Congratulations. Director Joshua A. Martinez. And from United High School, we have 6 students making the All-State bands. Congratulations to United High School, Piccolo, 2nd-year All-Stater, Fernando Veloz. On B-flat clarinet, Mireya Hinojosa. On Barry saxophone, Diego Briones. On trumpet, Jose Castillo. Also on trumpet, Carlos Miranda. And three-year All-Stater on French horn, Diego Solis. Congratulations. Congratulations to the directors, John J. Mallon, Michael Valdez, Amelia Maya, and Eric Ambrose. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations once again to these amazing musicians and to the directors for their hard work and dedication. Congratulations to you all.
evening, UISD board members, Superintendent David Gonzalez, members of the audience. My name is Bobby Cruz. I'm the Director of Athletics for United ISD. It's great to be here tonight. If I may, I'd like to take a moment, please. On behalf of UISD Athletics, of all of our programs, all of our staff, all of our coaches, especially all of our kids, we'd like to extend our most sincere and deepest condolences to the friends and family of Mr. Molina. He was an avid sports fan, supported his teams, supported all of our teams, and we will feel it every Friday night. Every Friday night we're going to feel it because he was there every Friday night, not just for Lyndon B. Johnson or United South, but he was there for the majority of all games, him and his son. And Ms. Olivero said he was very quick-witted, and yes, he was. And he would call me all the time and would say, Bobby, who's playing tonight, or where's this game going to be, and is it going to be streamed, and is it going to be a good one, who's going to win, so on and so forth. And then he would say, and I have one last concern, and this is how I'll always remember him. He would say, I have one last concern, and I said, yes, sir. One last question, yes, sir. Why do your Dallas Cowboys stink so much? And I said, well, sir, with all due respect, you're not one to talk because you're a Houston Texan fan. And he said, this is one of the last conversations I had with him. And he said, yeah, I'm a Houston Texans fan. He goes, but I don't get my heart broken every year. I'm realistic and I'm not delusional. I love them and I know what's going to happen with my Texans. You people are delusional. And I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. And then he called it. He said, watch. Season's going to start. You're going to win games. You're going to make the playoffs and you're going to get your heart broken. True to form. Our condolences from all of our staff and all of our kids. And he was a great supporter of the athletic program. Thank you. That being said, it's great to be back and acknowledging and recognizing our teams that had great performances in the fall semester for this year. The first team that we'd like to recognize have set a really good standard here at USD and in our city and now in our region. In cross country, we'd like to recognize the two-time district champions, the LBJ cross country boys team. This year, the boys won their second consecutive district championship. Head coach Daniela Prado, principal Armando Salazar. Congratulations, LBJ Wolves. One more round of applause for the district champion Wolves. Our next team that has also set a great standard of excellence in tennis that we'd like to recognize tonight are the Alexander Bulldog Team Tennis District Champions and Regional Semifinalist Sweet 16 qualifiers. Congratulations. Alexander Tennis, come on up. Head coach Eric Cuellar, principal Ernesto Sandoval. For the past 8 to 10 years, this program has been a constant at the regional semifinals, Sweet 16. This year they wrapped up as district champions, by-district champions, area champions, regional quarterfinal champions, and regional semifinalist Sweet 16 participants. Congratulations, Bulldogs. Congratulations, Bulldogs. The next team we'd like to recognize is in cross country, and only the top 3 teams qualified to be able to represent at the regionals. And the congratulations goes out to the Alexander Bulldog boys cross country team as regional qualifiers this year. Congratulations. That being said, in addition, we would also like to recognize the Alexander girls cross country team for capturing and securing not only the regional appearance, but the District 36A championship this year. Congratulations, Alexander girls cross country. Head coach Luis Mendoza, principal Ernesto Sandoval, and staff. Congratulations, Bulldogs. This year we also had a great performance from one of our teams in volleyball, and this year we're extremely proud of this program. They're definitely not only a powerful program, but one of the more elite programs in our region, and after this year, our state. This is their 6th consecutive district championship. They finished the year as district champions, by-district champions, area champions, regional quarterfinal champions, regional semifinalists, and for the first time in UISD and city history, they were state ranked as number 2 in our state. Congratulations, United Longhorns. Come on up. The Lady Longhorns are coached by head coach Leticia Longoria, proud principal Ms. Jessica Salazar. Congratulations, Longhorn Volleyball. Also from United High School, in cross country, again, only the top 3 teams qualify for the regional, and the top 10 individual qualifiers move on to the regional. And this year, from United High School, congratulations to the United High School girls cross country team, and to boys qualifiers, Aldo Cantu and Diego Ramirez. Head coach, Rafael Benavides. Congratulations, United Cross Country. Also from United High School, this year we'd like to recognize and congratulate also the team tennis team from United High School as finishing as district runner-up, by-district champions, area champions, regional quarterfinal champions, and regional semifinal qualifiers, Sweet 16. Congratulations, United High School Tennis. Congratulations, Longhorn Tennis. Last but not least, at United High School, after a great football season, and for the first time since 2018, and United is always a fixture in the high school playoffs, this year we'd like to recognize the United Longhorn football team as the 36A district champions. Come on. Principal, Ms. Jessica Salazar. Head coach, David Sanchez, and his coaching staff. One last item I would like to mention as they get settled in to take their picture. I asked Coach Sanchez a question right before, and he said, no, you don't need to bring that up. It's not important. It's all about our kids. And it is about our kids, but true to form, the way he is, I think it needs to be mentioned. Coach Sanchez continues to be the all-time Hispanic winningest coach in our state with 216 wins. And he said he was going to be here for 300. So thank you, Coach. 350. Congratulations.
Public comments, do we have anybody signed up, Mr. Trotman?
No, sir.
No public comments. Agenda item 6, informational items. Item A, Superintendent's report. Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Vélez, members of the board, members of the audience, at this time, just to brief you briefly, next week, our top management cabinet members will be traveling to Austin, for our yearly TASA Midwinter Conference. This is an annual conference where superintendents across the state of Texas, along with their top management, get their staff development and trainings for the year. What's important in next week's meeting is on Tuesday specifically, United ISD, along with some members of Laredo ISD, our sister district, will be meeting with some of our state representatives, specifically Richard Raymond, Tracy King. I understand we're also trying to get Senator Safarini and other senators. It's a follow-up meeting at a meeting that we had back in August. And I will make a note for you that UISD is taking the lead, and more information will be upcoming. Again, there's a lot of bills that are out there that will be affecting not only our school district, but districts across the state. So that as a district, we are active to seek what we can do to alleviate the budget shortages that we have across the state, to address those, and in a nutshell, to be a more positive district across to address our needs with our students. Also like to at this time just read to you for the week of the 19th, which includes January 13th specifically, we've had an intake of 45 individuals, and there were 45 positives for COVID. So I'm glad we cleaned our hands around all the handshake we're doing, because we got to still be vigilant of the fact that COVID is still out there. So tell everybody in the audience in our district to be vigilant, but we are keeping track still and try to be as safe as we can. So what I have for this afternoon, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item B is going to be a presentation from city officials regarding district and city commemoration. Do we have anybody from the city?
Mr. Vélez, if I may, at this time, we have the Honorable Dr. Vito Trevino, Mayor of City of Laredo, with a short presentation or comments. Mayor, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Board of Trustees, Superintendent, staff and community at large. Dr. Victor Trevino, your mayor for the city of Laredo. I want to thank you for having me tonight as I recognize UISD for their incredible efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, before I present this recognition, I want to extend to you my invitation to work together in meeting the challenges that we have in our community. During the pandemic, our community was greatly devastated, and we were the community with the most COVID infections per capita in the entire nation. But we regrouped and banded together to become one of the most vaccinated communities in the country. This is a testament that united we are stronger, and that for that reason, I would like to continue that collaboration. Please accept this gesture of recognition from the mayor and the city council as it reads. Recognizing United Independent School District and their employees for their collaboration and assistance to the community during the COVID-19 pandemic, presented by the Mayor of Laredo. Thank you, and I present this recognition.
Yes, sure. In the front, right.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right here, please.
Thank you again to the mayor for his comments. Agenda item 7, consent agenda items. We have items A through O.
I want to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda items A through O.
Discussion, was there an item that we wanted to bring out? I was remembering in committee.
We spoke with Mr. Montemayor about it, and he was
Okay.
okay with it on
All
consent
right,
after talking
okay,
to
good.
trustees.
All right.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Agenda item 8, it's items for individual consideration. Item 8 is approval of donations.
Mr. Vélez, members of the board, the following donations of $1,000 or more. At Opera Middle School cheerleader received a donation of $6,269 from the Booster Club for a competition travel expense. The Independent School District received a donation of $5,000 from Dr. Michael A. Hoffman to be given to educational support grants to serve teachers at different campuses. Colonel Santos Benavides Principal's account received donation of $2,000 from parent Elidar Abella to be used for educational purposes. Zafarani Elementary Principal's account received donation $5,000 from the anonymous donor. The Discipline Management Department received a donation with approximate value of $3,600 from Mr. Castillo and Mr. R. Gaona. Team members from the Hillside Little League. This donation was 240 toys and were distributed to students at Muller Elementary School, Freedom Elementary School. The Discipline Management Department also received donation of approximately value of $7,615 from Mr. Edmundo Garza from Unitrade. The donation was 123 jackets, 150 Chick-fil-A meals, and 150 backpacks with school supplies to be distributed to students at Freedom Elementary School. The following donations under 1,000, the Discipline Management Department received donation of approximately $975 from Webb County Sheriff Martin Cuellar. Grand total for this month is $30,459. And I ask for the approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those opposed? None opposed. Motion passes. Item B is approval of board minutes for the months of November 2022
So
and
moved.
December 2022. We have a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those opposed? None opposed. Motion passes. Item C, approve request from board members and reference to use of Board of Trustees discretionary funds for various projects and campuses.
Good evening, Mr. Vélez, members of the board, Mr. Gonzalez, members of the audience. We did not have any discretionary requests last week at our committee meeting, but we do have some that have come in since last week. We have for Guidance and Counseling Department, the requester, Ms. Ramirez, on behalf of Board Member Frank Castillo, Counseling Incentives for National School Counseling Week, a $2,000 donation. J.B. Alexander, Mr. Sandoval, on behalf of Ms. Oliveros and Mr. Castillo for J.B. Alexander High School dancers, funding for national competition, $2,500 each for a total of $5,000. For Freedom Elementary, Ms. Silva Garcia is requester. Four board members, Mr. Castillo, Ms. Oliveros, Mr. Vélez, and Ms. Molina, funds to cover the cost of a charter bus for field trip, the total of $5,440, roughly about $1,360 each board member. And then the last request from Freedom Elementary, again from Ms. Silva Garcia, Ms. Oliveros, Mr. Vélez, Mr. Castillo, Ms. Molina, a grand total, a field trip transportation assistance for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade to Six Flags for a total of $1,600, $400 for each board member.
So moved. A motion for approval.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those opposed? None opposed. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Mr. Rocha.
Thank you.
Agenda item 9, closed session time is currently 7 p.m. in accordance with Texas Government Code sections 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074. Board will discuss items 9A through 9C. No action will be taken in closed session. We will be back in approximately 45 minutes. Open session. The board has reconvened from closed session. We are now in open session. Time is 8:09 p.m. For the record, no action was taken in closed session. Agenda item 10A, discussion and possible action regarding amendment to mini billboard bargaining agreement between Impact Media Inc. and United Independent School District.
Yes, the recommendation is to authorize legal counsel to reject the amendment to the mini billboard marketing agreement between Impacto Media and United Independent School District as discussed in closed session.
Make a recommendation or make a motion to approve as recommended by legal counsel.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? None opposed. Motion passes. Agenda item 10B, possible action with respect to the possible agreement resolving all issues with Potential Holdings LLC, including issues pertaining to prohibiting access through Santa Clara Street and facilitating access through Santa Monica Street to real property owned by Potential Holdings LLC located adjacent to the United Independent School District Student Activity Center on Highway 359. This agreement would resolve all issues with Potential Holdings LLC.
Yes, the recommendation is we have a motion for no action.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those opposed? None opposed. Motion passes. Agenda item 10C, possible action with respect to the possible execution by UISD of the purchase and sale agreement previously executed by L91 BC Properties LLC pertaining to the acreage owned by L91 BC Properties LLC.
Yes, the recommendation is to curtail the negotiations with respect to this particular purchase.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Agenda item 10D, discussion and possible action to approve superintendent's evaluation instrument.
Yes, the recommendation is to approve the superintendent's evaluation instrument as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Agenda item 10E, first and final reading of Board Policy DEC, local compensation benefits, leaves, and absences.
Yes, the recommendation is to approve DEC local as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Agenda item 10F, first and final reading of Board Policy DGA, local employee rights and privileges.
Yes, the recommendation is a motion to table.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Agenda item 10G, discussion and possible action regarding redistricting of District 1 and District 4 boundaries due to 2020 census.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, and members of the audience, we discussed some of the legal matters related to the redistricting and boundaries in executive session. However, the proposed maps were in the board book for all the public to see, and it is our recommendation that those maps revisions be approved to
So
Districts
moved.
1 and 4.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Agenda item 10H, discussion and possible action regarding approval of an order of special election for the District 1 trustee election on May 6, 2023.
Motion to table.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Discussion.
Go ahead.
Mr. Molina's wishes
Oh, no.
was,
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were in a different item. Go ahead.
Mr. Molina's wishes was to not spend any more taxpayers' money. He was never for that. He did publicly say many times, he did put his support behind someone he was mentoring for some time now that has his best interest for the community and children of the district. And I'm going to make a motion today to follow through with Mr. Molina's wishes, which is to appoint Mr. Gilbert Aguilar.
That's a sub-motion?
All right.
Well, we're on one item right now, which is strictly related to the election. So we have the motion to table. The motion to appoint, as Ms. Molina discussed, would be for an item down the road, which I believe would be I.
Yeah, so
discussion?
we'll take it as discussion. So right now, the motion would be
To table. Can I just say why I want to
Go ahead.
table?
That's fine.
Okay. I think this is a very important item. We're not a full board. We're missing a board member. And I think this is critical. You know, this item involves the placement of additional board member who is part of the governing body of United Independent School District. It's very important. And I believe that we cannot do this without one board member missing. It requires full board. That's the reason I'm asking for table.
Okay. Any further discussion? All right, so we had a motion to table, a second
Yeah.
on that.
I did second it.
Castillo, we had some discussion. All those in favor to table?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed to table? Aye. All right, 3 opposed, motion passes.
So that motion dies. So at this point,
Yes.
we could have a motion for no action or a motion to move forward with an election.
All right, so would that bring us to the next item, or we're still in the same
I
item?
would recommend that a motion for no action be taken if the table died, unless someone wants to order an election.
Well, I would like to motion that we do have a special election.
Second.
Would that be the same action on the item, Mr.
Yes.
Costa? or-
Yeah, it's related to the special election, so that's one of the possibilities. So the table died, we now have this second motion from, I believe, Mr. Castillo, if I'm not
Second
mistaken,
by-
and seconded by Ms. Oliveros.
With discussion?
But we're still in the same item, 10.
Yes, sir. We are on the election, which is H.
Right, okay. So we have a motion to hold an election, is that correct, Mr. Castillo?
That's correct.
All right, any second for that? Any discussion?
Yes, I don't know if you want to go first, Mr. Castillo?
I just wanted to say that I think it's a very important officer, obviously a representative of a community, and at this stage, I really empathize and understand Ms. Molina's point. I mean, it's really interesting. Well, should I say, it does touch me. However, I feel strongly that in democracy, I do feel in representative government, and I feel that the voice of the community needs to be heard through an election.
Sorry, and I agree with Mr. Castillo. I believe we are not an at-large. We're not elected at-large. We are a single-member district, which means that I do not get to choose who will represent a district that is not my own. And you know, the Constitution is written, we the people, by the people, for the people. So we need to respect that and let the people decide who they want to represent them. I am also touched by Mr. Molina's wishes to have a certain person replace him. But I also wish that when I leave here, I could appoint someone to take my place too, but that's not the way democracy works. It's nice, and it's wonderful in private companies and organizations, but we're a public entity, and we have to respect the public's role in our constituency, us representing them and who they pick. Like I said, if I could pick who's going to replace me, I would do it in a heartbeat, but unfortunately, that's not the way democracy works, and for that reason, I think, is it expensive? We have been approached by another entity to share the cost, no more than we would spend on any other thing. I mean, I think it's nominal, considering the fairness to the community, the openness, transparency, because whoever is appointed is going to be given a very unfair advantage over any candidate during an election. And my moral compass will not allow me to do that. That's just me.
Thank you. Any further comments or discussion?
Thank you.
I will add, as for my discussion, that the option of appointment is something that is provided by law to us as Board of Trustees as well. So that's not an available option.
And I think, sir, let me ask a question to one of our attorneys. Mr. Garcia, can you get the podium? Has this ever happened in other school districts that there is an appointment?
Yes.
Is it illegal?
Yes, sir, it's legal.
Okay, that's
No,
all
I'm
we want to
not
put.
saying it's not, I'm not saying it's not legal, I'm saying it's not ethical. There's a big difference. Ethics and law don't always meet hand in hand.
Correct.
He could tell us a law, but it's our job to be ethical. And that's all I'm asking, that this board be ethical. If you can't be, you can't be. That's just real simple.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion to hold election and a second. We had some discussion. All those in favor to hold an election?
To hold an election, aye.
Aye.
That's your motion. And all those opposed to hold an election? Opposed? All right, motion passes the dice as far as being with 3 board members opposing to hold an election. So agenda item 10I, discussion and possible action regarding the appointment of an individual District 1 trustee position. Somebody want to make a motion on that one? Or-
Motion to appoint Mr. Gilbert Aguilar.
Okay, so we have a motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor to appoint Mr. Gilbert Aguilar to the vacant Board of Trustee position?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes with 3 board members. Agenda item 10J, is possible action regarding appointment of Executive Director of Federal and State Programs.
Again, motion to table.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion to table. Any second, any discussion?
The reason again for my wanting to table this is because I believe this is a pivotal, this is a vital position to the district, and I believe we need a full board, sorry.
Any other discussion on that matter? All those in favor to table agenda item 10J?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed to table?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so does not pass to table.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you have a recommendation for?
Mr. Ramirez, members of the board, Mr. Belli, excuse me, members of the board, at this time, administration is recommending Adriana Ramirez for the
Make a motion to
appointment of Executive Director of Federal State Programs.
We have a motion by Mr. Rodriguez to approve recommendation from district administration. Do we have a
Second.
second? Motion
Discussion.
second. Go ahead, Mrs. Oliveros.
Okay. Trying to choose my words here without hurting anyone. I have nothing against Ms. Adriana Ramirez, and I will fully support her. What I am against is the message that we're sending to United Independent School District employees. We're sending a message that if you work in a department and you dedicate yourself to the position in hopes of someday allowing yourself to climb the career ladder, and when there's a position above yours that becomes available in your own department, that you have no opportunity for that position because the district can pull anyone from any other department, whether or not they have, and this has happened in the past. This is not the first time this has happened. I think we're sending a message to staff that don't dedicate yourself to your department because you could easily be passed up for the position that's right above you, because we can pull anyone from X department and put them in Y department, whether they were there, whether they're vested in that department or not. I have nothing against Adriana Ramirez. She's an excellent principal. She's an excellent employee. I am going to support her because she deserves our support. But I feel that there was another applicant in the department, not related to me, who is very deserving of the position. And I'm very disappointed that she wasn't given the opportunity to get this position because she's very capable. And I'm not saying Adriana Ramirez isn't. This is nothing against Adriana Ramirez. She has, again, my 100,000% support. I just don't like the message that we're sending to our employees.
Okay, I feel similarly, Mrs. Alisa Oliveros, Flores. I do believe in growth from within. I think that's been harped on me since I started my tenure as a board member. That is to always try to develop our staff from within. And I know there are capable people already in that department who can handle this role. Nothing against Mrs. Ramirez. In fact, I like her very much as a principal. I think she does well. I think there's things that I would do differently, but that's just me. I'm not a principal, she is. Unfortunately, it comes down to what federal programs is and state programs. I have a little bit of information, knowledge from working with state government, and I know that the best choice is always within, to promote from within, help the person who already has the easiest transition into a position. And so I feel that we're lacking in that. In fact, I would say that in reviewing what I thought were very good qualified individuals, there's 2 or 3 different ones that I could have easily selected. But again, there has to be just one, and I will not vote though for Ms. Ramirez because my conscience tells me I cannot, because I know that I feel there's very strongly that there's others who are just as qualified. And so my comments, again, I just feel that I want to be able to represent my community, and my community says, you know, we always select the best highly qualified individual. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Chairman.
just want
Go ahead.
to, the recommendation from the interview board, the recommendation from administration is for the highest qualified candidate. And that is where I have to support our superintendent and our process. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion, a second, and we had some discussion. All those in favor to approve Ms. Adriana Ramirez as the next Executive Director of Federal and State Programs?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
All right, so 4 in favor, 1 opposed, motion passes.
I'd like to say congratulations to Ms. Ramirez.
Congratulations.
So with that, agenda item 11, there'll be adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion, second. The time is 8:25. Good evening very much.